I believe that Dallas needed Brandin Cooks because CeeDee Lamb is not an alpha #1. Now listen, he's really good, but he's not a D-Hop, a Julio Jones, a Stephon Diggs, a Tyreek Hill. Those upper echelon guys, he's not that. But can he be used and can he be a Pro Bowler and an All-Pro? Yes, he can. But you got to use him in the right way. And I think Brandin Cooks gives access to CeeDee Lamb to do that. So check this out. CeeDee Lamb is not the greatest route runner, but he's a great athlete. He's hard to tackle in the open field. So he's not a D-Hop route runner. He doesn't run as good as routes, even as Brandin Cooks. But if he has somebody on the other side that's a really great route runner, because Michael Gallup is not a great route runner, but he's a jump ball, explosive, deep threat guy. I think they need a great route runner guy that can put in the slot, move him around. And Brandin Cooks, at this point in time, is a great slot wide receiver because he's a veteran. He knows how to get open. Another thing, and I just told y'all this, CeeDee Lamb is a gadget player. So you got to use CeeDee Lamb out the backfield, and that's what they're going to do this year. They're going to put him out in space, give him jet sweeps, put CeeDee Lamb in all different type of situations to be good. He doesn't you just don't line him up at the outside wide receiver and tell him to run an option route. That's not CeeDee Lamb's game. CeeDee Lamb's game is to get him out in space, give him the ball and watch him juke people and make corners miss. And also he can give you a double move and beat you there too. He's a decent route runner. Don't get it twisted now. He's a decent route runner. He doesn't suck at running routes, but he's not an elite route runner. So Dak Prescott needs an elite route runner like Amari Cooper. So that's going into my next point. Guys, Dak Prescott is going to help Dak Prescott out. And if it's helping Dak Prescott out, it's helping all those receivers out. You remember when they brought in Amari Cooper, Dak Prescott career changed. Dak Prescott was going to be like, he can't do it without a top guy, and also he sucks. And then they traded for Amari Cooper, and Dak ended up being like a top 5 quarterback that year. So that's what I'm not saying Brandin Cooks is Amari Cooper, but his route running is kind of on that level. So I would say Amari Cooper, one of the best route runners in the league, and then Brandin Cooks around there in, maybe 5 spots below that. Brandin Cooks is a really good route runner. He's been running good routes ever since he's been in New Orleans. So, and guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content, and I'm not going to hold you up on this video. I got a couple more things I want to talk about. So it's a make and break season for Dak Prescott. So that, to me, that's why they went out and got Brandin Cooks. They don't want to give him no excuses. They don't want the fans to have any excuses. So Brandin Cooks is going to be playing the slot. So he's going to be getting hyper-targeted. And that way you can let CeeDee Lamb be the player that he is and give him gadget plays and let him make big plays. That's what he is. He's a big play wide receiver. Screens, reverses, and double moves down the field. You don't ask CeeDee Lamb to run a route tree. So you ask Brandin Cooks to run the route tree, and that helps everybody else around him be what they are, right? It's kind of like a force multiplier. I'm not saying Brandin Cooks is a force multiplier like a D-Hop, but when you put him on the Dallas Cowboys, he is. He's a veteran mindset. That's what Amari was, but they didn't like what Amari was doing. They really missed Amari Cooper last year because it put too much pressure on CeeDee Lamb on certain games and also Dak. And I mostly blame that on Dak. And last but not least, guys, Mike McCarthy is calling plays like he did in Green Bay. So the more weapons that he have, the better Mike McCarthy have. If you remember back when Green Bay, when they won a championship, he had Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, Jordy Nelson, and Jermichael Finley. So that, I feel like when he's had a great 3 wide receiver set, Mike McCarthy is a great play caller. But if you give him a 3 receiver set and those guys are not all like kind of upper echelon guys, he can struggle. But this year, I want to see him call plays. I want him to be responsible for the offense. That's why we hired him, right? So guys, I'm not going to hold you up on this video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Peace.